What's up, everyone? This is ThusIAtone, recording commentary for the Sentry gun placement guide I'm going to film for you. We're going to go ahead into some private matches. I'm going to show you some really good spots to put some Sentry guns on some of my favorite maps for it. Recently, I've been doing the 1,000 Sentry gun kills challenge in this game. And to tell you the truth, after doing it for so long, you tend to get good at it. So I figured I'd share with you some of my favorite spots. Most of them will revolve around being a great spot to get kills, while also being a great spot that makes it hard for an enemy to take your sentry gun out. First, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Derail. Now, there's a lot of these broken down train cars in this map, which is where it gets its name, Derail, and they're perfect for setting up your sentry guns. Generally because they overlook spots where enemies usually traverse, such as this road over here, and usually they'll be running parallel to the sentry gun and to the train cars, so they'll be running past it, not towards it, so they won't really notice it's there until it starts shooting. And you can always switch your sentry guns around to face the other direction, which is, to tell you the truth, the best part about using a sentry gun. Now, setting it right here is great because a lot of guys like to camp in this office building up here, and I've actually killed people from those windows using a sentry gun in this spot. Setting it on this back train car right here is wonderful because there's a great spawn point back here, especially in Team Deathmatch and Domination, and enemies will just keep flowing out from back there. Now, this is one last spot on Derail that I wanted to show you, and this is a really good spot for spawn trapping people at A, as well as protecting the A flag in Domination. Alright, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next map, which is Highrise, which happens to be my #1 favorite map for sentry guns, as I've actually racked up over 10 kills with a single sentry gun on this map multiple times. My favorite spot is right here on the helipad, right on the corner. It's perfect when you're spawn trapping people in either building, as it will aim right into the windows in which they'll spawn from, and it can pretty much attack the entire side of the map. And then, when the spawn point switches, it's real easy to just get up here and move it right to the other side, and it can be a constant nuisance for the other team. I have actually said on this map that I would rather have a sentry gun than a chopper gunner or an AC-130 because it will get me more kills. Another really greedy spot is up here on this walkway because not only does it achieve the same function as setting it on the helipad, but it's also slightly harder to take out by an enemy because they have to get on the helipad, then they have to get all the way up here without dying. And generally in all these spots I'm showing you on these maps, only the most devoted enemies are going to take out your sentry guns. Putting them in a great spot isn't just one that'll get you kills, but it's also one that they won't be able to take it out. Next, we're going to show you just one spot that I really like on Invasion, and this is one that always surprises enemies. You jump right on this ledge here, hop on top of this tank right in the middle of the B flag square, and you can set it right on top of the tank. And that's an amazing spot because you can guard the B flag in Domination, you can guard a couple of the lines of sight that are in the middle of the map, you can switch it around, you can turn it around, it can basically guard the entire, I'd say 2/3 of the map in which it's facing. So this is one of the best spots I've seen for a turret. And putting a sentry gun here is very, very, very annoying for an enemy team because, once again, I've seen enemies try over and over and over again to try to get that thing down, and it just doesn't work. Next, we're going to go ahead and look at Scrapyard. Now, Scrapyard, I'm going to show you some spots where it's actually a little bit harder for you to be able to place them without dying because you'll be exposed while you're placing them. But if you can pull it off, you can net some pretty big kills. First is right up here on top of this truck, and you can turn it around either way, which once again is one of the most important things you need to know about a sentry gun is that you can turn it around. If you can manage to get on top of these plane bodies, setting it up here is just devastating. Because as hard as it is for you to get up here without dying in a team deathmatch or domination, it's just that much harder for an enemy to do so while a sentry gun's up there. So setting it up on top of these spots is just wonderful. Now once you set it up here, it'll be hard for you to get back up to turn it around, so you want to set it in the best spot possible for where the enemy is going to be spawning. Right here is probably one of my favorite spots because it can look over one of the hottest areas of the map. Next, we're going to look at Subbase. Now, Subbase is a popular sentry gun map, and you can probably guess where I'm going to put one, but I'm going to show you a surprise one here that I've never really seen anyone do but me. Setting right on top of this tank, just much like the one in Invasion. And that'll aim right down towards the B flag, and it'll protect that flag in domination matches, and it'll just be a nuisance to people that are running out in the open constantly. Next, these two boxes right here are set up almost as if they meant for you to set a sentry gun in between them. And that's just probably one of the best spots in the game. You can basically control anyone coming through that garage right there, which is a very, very popular spot. You can also put a sentry gun on top of any of these boxes in the middle of the square, and it makes it just slightly harder to take out. And it's quite a surprise for enemies that end up coming your way. Finally, we're going to take a look at my last sentry gun map, and that is Underpass. Now, just because I'm not including the other maps doesn't mean that they're not good for sentry guns. I've gotten great kills with sentry guns on all the other maps. These are just the ones that I like to use it best on, and the ones I get the best results on. Underpass got these roofs that are hard to get up to without getting killed. It takes you a while to get up there, so once again, only the most devoted enemies are going to be able to take these ones out. You can switch it around from time to time, head over to the A flag, and setting it on these roofs will net you a few kills at least. Now there's one last spot that I'm going to set it right now that's really good. And it's if you go back up over here on this roof. This is really good for domination. And credit to my buddy Morning Afterkill for discovering this spot. Right here. He showed it to me, and he must have gotten at least 10 to 12 kills in a domination match with that thing aiming at the A flag. Because the enemies are just going to keep spawning back there behind that A flag and heading on out. Now, since we're on Underpass, I have a small bonus clip here for you. Underpass has, in my opinion, the greatest spot for safely dropping an emergency airdrop in a map. And that's great for Underpass because Underpass is pretty devoid of spots to drop care packages or emergency airdrops at all without either getting them stolen or getting them stuck on one of the overpasses. So let's go ahead and take a look at my favorite spot in the game for setting an emergency airdrop. Now, this is the greatest spot. People always get their stuff trapped under that overpass, and I'd be lying if I wasn't one of them from time to time. I'm just an idiot sometimes. But right here, this walkway seems like it was just made for an emergency airdrop to be dropped on. It's perfect, it's long, it'll hold all your care packages, and I've never had anyone come close to stealing any of my stuff whenever I dropped it on here. So there you have it. It's a great spot for emergency airdrops. Thanks for watching this Sentry Gun Guide. Hope you enjoyed it. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.